Assalamualaikum to everyone. I from Group D in Change Management in Dr. Farid class. Today, I and my group mate would like to present to you about our group project. We choose Netflix company. First of all, I would like to share to you about change management. For the information, change management is a process which company or organization changing their operations and culture in terms of business purpose in order to adjust its corporations. Change management process is not easy to be implemented because a change requires a lot of money and take a longer time. Somehow, it will be affect the business itself during this process of changing. Mostly, the organization that implement change management is to achieve a desired objective of the organization and to achieve a high profit from the changing. One of the reasons we choose Netflix is because Netflix is one of the world's largest internet TV network with over 83 million subscribers. Netflix started by two founders, which are Mark Randolph and Reed Hastings in California. Netflix started with DVD rental and they switched their business to the internet streaming. Netflix become Netflix offering their service in Canada in 2011 and then initiated service in other 43 countries worldwide. Netflix has a strong entrenchment in the marketplace with a plurality of subscribers. Netflix has been dramatically changing and involving its business model since the company establishment to satisfy its customer base, which is to give access to the 2000s of movies title via internet.
Hi, I'm going to continue the presentation by explaining about the external forces that pressure Netflix to change, the Model 7S framework, and the scale of change that happened in Netflix. My name is Nuzul Azhar Shazwani binti Azhar, metric number 256050. First, I will talk about technology. Technology is one of the key trends that force an organization to change. This is why, when a website was introduced to the world, Netflix used it so that their customer can order their DVD through online, where their biggest competitor at that time, Blockbuster, was still using the old method, which was to walk into the store to rent a DVD. Besides, with this method, Netflix was the only company that allowed their customer to choose their movie according to their liking through online. Next, with the advancements of information technology and internet, Netflix was the first company to introduce online streaming as one of their services. With these changes, Netflix had become one of the most successful company in the world. Next, I'm going to explain about the second external forces that drive Netflix to change. It is customer preference. Customer preference and spending patterns are the significant impetus to change an organization, pricing model, and value proposition. In 2007, customers had lost their interest in DVD. DVD were becoming less popular and lose its relevance in the market that made Netflix revenue in DVD drop 19%. This is because the customer had many other ways to watch their TV shows and favorite movie besides using DVD. This has made Netflix to introduce online streaming as one of their services to compete in the market. These changes have made Netflix one of the most successful companies in the world. The third external forces that drive Netflix to change was competitors. In the early days of Netflix establishment, Blockbuster was their biggest competitors. Blockbuster's customer need to go into their store to rent a DVD and be charged on how many DVDs that they want to rent and for how many nights. They will also be charged if they return the DVD late. Thus, it gives Netflix CEO at that time Hastings an idea on how to compete with Blockbuster. This was why subscription plan was introduced. Subscription plan is when a customer can pay one fixed price every month and can rent DVD unlimitedly with no additional charges. These services is very customer friendly and make it easier to their customer. This is how Netflix changed to compete with competitors such as Blockbuster. Moving forward, I will explain about the Model 7S framework. This model was introduced by John Peters and Robert Waterman in the early 1970s. This model has 7 components that need to be aligned so that the change management in an organization will be successful. Thus, based on our analysis, we think that this model is very suitable to explain about Netflix change management. The first component that I will explain is strategy. Even before Netflix introduced online streaming as one of their services, Hastings, Netflix CEO, already has a vision that he wants to make Netflix as a company that offer online streaming as service to the customer. This is why he makes a strategy that makes sure Netflix is ready to change whenever there was an advancement in technology or any other aspect, so they can change immediately and smoothly. For example, Hastings wait for the postage cost to surpasses the internet cost for their customer to introduce online streaming so that they can make sure that online streaming will be received well to the customer and make revenue for them. Next, I will explain about the second component in the model, which was structure. Netflix corporate structure is based on the business need to make a rapid decision based on the response to the changing in online entertainment. And as we know, online entertainment is always moving, always advancing, and always changing. With this structure, Netflix can respond to change smoothly. Netflix organization structure is called Netflix Uniform Organizational Structure. It is a flat structure. Flat structure means that there are no middle level or middle management in the organization chart. For example, an executive director will report directly to the CEO without any middle management. The third element is system. The system that Netflix introduced is to make sure their change will go smoothly with minimal problem and opposition. Even though Netflix has spread across 119 countries across the world, they only have 12 offices worldwide, and there are 2 main offices that is located at LA and California. These 2 offices have 2 different functions. The first office is specially to localize the projects such as subtitle and dubbing the projects such as in movies or TV series. And the second office is for anything that related to text such as synopsis, opposite episode title, the website's introduction. These 2 main offices has made Netflix systems goes much more smoothly and systematic when if there are such as changes in any movies or TV shows, it can goes to any other between these 2 offices according to the problems or technical issues. Next, I will explain about the fourth element, which was style. Netflix works closely with technology and information technology. This is why they have a flexible environment. We can see the flexibility in the terms of vacation system, hierarchy, and reward system. For example, if a Netflix employee want to go on a vacation, they can go anytime and choose anywhere that they want, with the condition that they produce a result to the Netflix. This has made the change that come to Netflix will be attained immediately but smoothly to avoid any problems or issues. I will explain about skill. Skill is something that differentiates some organization with other organization. Thus, what differentiates Netflix from its competitor? It is skills to address the customer need in subscribing to their services. To realize this subject, Netflix introduced Netflix algorithm system where it will create a list of TV shows or movie according to the customer liking and preferences. This has made the customer turnover decrease and differentiate Netflix from other companies. Netflix also produce their own work to make sure that their company is different from other company. This work was called as Netflix Originals. The last element is superordinate goals. Superordinate goals is the core philosophy that an organization help when conducting their business. In Netflix, their superordinate goals is people over process. The philosophy means that Netflix focus more on the people over the process. This way, Netflix will have the dream team that is fun, stimulating, creative, collaborative, and successful organization. Then, with this dream team, Netflix can make sure that the employees will accept the change smoothly and attend to the change with minimal problem. Now I will explain the scale of change that happened in Netflix. Netflix go through 3 levels of change, which was developmental, transition, and transformational. For developmental is when an organization implemented a change that upgrade or improve the process and procedure but not in a large scale. Thus, Netflix developmental change is when they change their business model from rent fee to subscription fee. This change was made when Hastings and Randolph saw an opportunity to make a service that is different from their competitor at that time, Blockbuster. This has given them a step up in the market where this planned subscription fee was accepted positively by the customer because they can rent a DVD as much as they can with no limit, with only fixed price every month. They also no longer need to worry about late returns fee or any other issues. Next, in 2003, Netflix developed a cinema match where it is a recommendation system that follows the customer preference and allow the customer to create a list to rent a DVD according to its queue numbers. Thus, we can see that this change is not in a large scale and only give a little pressure to Netflix staff. Transitional change happens when an organization changes to remain in the market and stay competitive. Thus, when a demand for DVD was dropping, Hastings and his team knew that they need to build a future-proof business. What Netflix did in 2007 to compete with their competitors such as Amazon Prime, Hulu, and many other more was to introduce a service that changed their company forever. Netflix also introduced a Watch Now application. This application allowed their customers to stream their favorite movie online, where no any other companies introduced this kind of change in their company. The last scale of change is transformational change. This type of change is the most dramatic one and change an organization business model. When DVD demand plunged downwards, Netflix had made a change in their policy that increased the fee by 60%. This change of policy angered many customers and was followed by 800,000 of cancellation of service. This has made Netflix core business to affect badly. Thus, what Hastings did to overcome this challenge was to look to find for an investor, but sadly he did not find any investor and he was denied every time. Hastings also has a problem in getting permission from movie makers to publish their movies and TV shows in Netflix. This had made Netflix to introduce and make their own original series that start with House of Cards. Overall, this is the scale of change that happened in Netflix. We can see how Netflix transitioned from one change to another to make sure that they still competitive in the market and be accepted by the customer.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Saluddin bin Ismail and my metric number is 254494. Today I would like to present about the organization Netflix regarding the process of change in the organization and the process of change in the technology. So organization Netflix is a hierarchical system that prioritizes executive control from the headquarters of the company, as is evident in the unitary from the organizational structure. The online company maintains versatility based on the organizational structure's flatness. Change is a critical and ongoing process for all of the organization, and it's properly implemented and handled help an organization to adapt with new changes and to remain competitive in its sector. So let's proceed with the process of change in the organization. Organizations who already feel in the impact of the modern digital environments may be eager to adapt and willing to do so, while those who don't feel that yet may be more hesitant to accept revolutionary change. Change managers need to identify the pressure points that companies are dealing with and have actionable approach in order to create C-suite support. Change managers need to ensure the status quo is audited and then a strategy is drawn up from there. However, transformative doesn't have to mean that it has to be achieved in one go. It is important to recruit the right people, and you need to employ digital native for digital position. For example, there should be a strategy for how to make roles in a digital finance, sales, and marketing. This suggests, of course, that there is a need to invest in preparation, and maybe the transformation of position would mean, however, that companies would end up with completely digital teams in the long term. Although data has always been important to many branches of organizations, the word data-driven is a fairly recent concept that has become prevalent with the advance of the data collection and analytical tools. Netflix company has a U-form unitary organizational structure that requires a hierarchy for the whole company to retain executive power and direction. Compared to many companies that have a hierarchical organizations framework, this corporate structure is nevertheless fairly flat. For example, the major business of the executive reports directly to the CEO in the Netflix organization map. This hierarchical organization design decrease the rates of management needed to escalate problems from the bottom line of the online business to its headquarters. Functional categories are focused on business roles such as human resource management, which is called talents in Netflix organizational structure. The hierarchical in the hierarchical framework of the online organization is centered on those classes. For example, Netflix CEO strategies plans are disseminated downwards across vertical lines of authority and communication. This flatness is linked to Netflix corporate culture, which given the unitary and hierarchical nature of the corporate structure promotes open communication and collaboration. Top corporate headquarters managers make strategic management advice for the streaming activities of the whole organization. Geographical division within the organizational structure of the Netflix makes strategic management unique to the characteristic of the regional market. The online entertainment company addressed strategic marketing issues by helping the corporate structure. For example, with this systematic organizational dimension in mind, Netflix is designing its advertisement campaigns. These geographic segments represent the global market dynamics that are most relevant of the company's strategy to expand its membership base in terms of aligning marketing strategies to target entertainment preference for the customers. Original program activities are a significant factor in the organization's structure of Netflix. However, as the company attracts clients and generates revenue from its original TV series and movies, the strategic goals of these hierarchical organization units is to achieve operational efficiency in managing content delivery and content creation separately. So, let's we move to the second part, the process of change in a digital plan. Studying Netflix gives us an opportunity to explore how technologies help business to build and improve the competitive edge. We will pick the components of the strategy of the business and discover how technology played a leading role in placing the business at the top of its industry. Before the change, Netflix started off as a DVD mailing service in 1998. Users selected a firm film list and the company shipped DVDs in order to their homes upon return of each list. In the late 90s and the early 2000s, it was fantastic business. Modern Netflix attracted hundreds of thousands of subscribers and went public in 2002. Yet, television has changed and so has changed the way views and viewed it. If Netflix had continued to mail out delicate physical discs and envelopes, its development would have stagnated due to external factors such as US Postal Service capacities, DVD format, lifetime, and physical inventory. Amazon began selling video streaming service in 2006, while Blockbusters, which infamously rejected an opportunity to purchase Netflix in 2000, was catching straws but sinking rapidly. Netflix was at a crossroads, and the way it handled the transitions to a digital future relied on its long-term survival. It is because the latest digital ways to access the use of audio-visual goods involve a different models of action on the part of the consumer. As the pace of innovation increases, innovation lifespan is diminishing. In other words, the innovation process has fallen short. Everybody knows how the stories end. Netflix subscribers rose to more than 137 million in 2018 from 23 million in 2011. That's a big one. Yet change management at the organization went off to a rocky start. Originally, subscribers were shocked by Netflix's announcement that it would charge different rates for digital streaming and DVDs, and 800,000 canceled the service late 2009-2011. Netflix stock fell by just 4%. Netflix leaders have remained committed to the change despite the initial turbulence. That is the reason why staying the course is so critical and trusting their strategy. It is simple, of course, when the plans start off sound. Lastly, the reason why Netflix succeeds is because they get the business ready for the future and see through their strategy. It may mean switching from a physical to a digital project or simply investing for your sales reps in a new smartphones. Don't be discouraged and cancel your plan if you have faced initial opposition and retrogrades.
In conclusion, we can say that Netflix is an organization that demonstrates their capabilities of success of change management based on their multitude of nature chains. Throughout the company persistence, Netflix through trial and error managed to overcome the crisis and reach the sustainability in implementing change. That's all from our group. Thank you.